The assassination of former ANC Youth League Secretary General Sindiso Magaqa in July 2017 could have been averted had senior officials within SAP's crime intelligence in KwaZulu-Natal acted on advance warnings of the plot to kill him. This startling claim emerged on Monday during testimony before the Madlang Commission of Inquiry, where an undercover SAPS-linked operative known as Witness E detailed how he became aware of the planned hit weeks before Magaqa was gunned down. Testifying virtually, Witness E told the commission that the hired assassins had confided in him, openly discussing their plan to murder Magaqa. According to his testimony, the hitman even revealed intentions to bribe senior crime intelligence officials to ensure protection before and after the killing, and that they told me everything, adding that the same individuals disclosed the identity of the person who had ordered Magaqa's assassination. Witness E, who has been in a witness protection program since 2019, said his testimony echoed information he later shared with Police Minister Senzo Mchunu, who contacted him in December 2024 to inquire about the circumstances surrounding Magaqa's death, and said, "I was shocked and also excited. Only a few people have my number." He explained that he had changed his phone number upon entering witness protection and that it was strictly restricted. According to Witness E, Mchunu told him he had heard extensively about him and believed he possessed crucial information about Magaqa's killing, and said, "I felt free to share information with him because he was the police minister at the time," adding that Mchunu sounded like someone who already had information and was seeking confirmation. Witness E testified that he became aware of the assassination plot on Sunday, 2 July 2017, just weeks before Magaqa was shot in Mzumkulu. He said he immediately reported the threat to his superiors and even proposed measures that could have prevented the killing, and said they didn't want to listen to me. He told the commission that the hitman had informed him they had a 2-week window to kill Magaqa, and that one of those involved was a former SAPS informant handled by the Crime Intelligence Unit. One of the shooters has since died. Under questioning from Commission Chair Judge Mboyiseni Madlanga, Witness E was challenged on why he reported the plot to the very superiors who, according to his testimony, were later expected to assist the hitman. Judge Madlanga pressed him on whether he had genuinely tried to prevent the assassination. Witness E maintained that he had acted in good faith and said, "When I reported the information, those people did not yet know that they would be asked to assist." I told the commission that the informer hired to kill Magaqa had confided in him that senior officers, including a captain and a colonel, would be approached to provide protection for the hitman when they traveled to him and from Mzimkhulu. Witness E further testified that the hitman revealed that the firearm and vehicle used in the assassination were supplied by senior police officials. In an effort to disrupt the plot, he said he alerted both the captain and the colonel at Crime Intelligence, urging them to intervene. He even suggested confiscating the vehicle and an AK-47 allegedly acquired for the operation, and said, "I told the colonel, can we take away the car and the AK-47 that we bought for the informer and keep it to ourselves? Next week, they are going to kill Mr. Magaqa." Despite these warnings, no action was taken. Magaqa was shot on 13 July 2017 and later succumbed to his injuries, a killing that has since become emblematic of political violence and alleged police complicity in KwaZulu-Natal. Witness E also told that Cedric Nkabinde, the chief of staff for Senzo Mchunu, told him that he heard that former Minister Bheki Cele and the Lieutenant General Khumalo were also involved in the assassination of Sindiso Magaqa, and said, "I informed him that the two were not involved. I was then instructed by Minister Mchunu and Nkabinde and Mr. Nkabinde to send the same email to Mr. Nkabinde, and Mr. Nkabinde gave me his email address." He stated that Nkabinde had told him that he has been tasked by the minister to investigate the issue of Magaqa and the involvement of crime intelligence officer, and said, "Therefore, I must cooperate with the investigation. Witness E further stated that he did not understand how a chief of staff could become an investigator at the same time. He stated that Nkabinde had stressed that he had previously worked as an investigator at the Independent Police Investigative Directorate, and said on the very same day, I forwarded the email to Mr. Nkabinde. After I sent the email, I phoned Mr. Nkabinde on the same number that he phoned me with, informed him that I sent the email. Mr. Nkabinde stated that he didn't receive the email and he gave me an alternative email address, and he said it's his personal email address.
Yes. That we referred to earlier. Fully noted. Thank you, witnessing. We may then go to paragraph 8.
In paragraph 8, I told the minister, I also informed the minister that I discovered the plan to assassinate Sindiso Magaqa in July 2017, prior to his assassination taking place. After hearing about the assassination plot, I reported this to my superiors. My superiors are the same officials that I've mentioned in the previous paragraphs, the same names that I gave to the minister. In addition to informing them about the assassination plot, I also propose some steps that we can take as the police to prevent the murder or to save Magaqa's life. They did not want to listen to me, even after I gave them steps that we can take. So, Minister Mkhunu further asked me whether...
Witness E?
Just a minute, Witness E.
Yes.
When you heard about the plot, were you also told who the people that would carry it out were?
Chair, at that time, I was told by the killers, the shooters, the shooters, the ones that pulled the trigger. They are the ones who told me that in the next 2 weeks' time, we are being hired to kill Mr. Magaqa. So we had 2 weeks to stop the murder.
Did they not tell you who had instructed them or hired them to kill Mr. Magaqa?
They did, Chair.
And did they give you the same names of the people, or rather the same names you gave to the minister?
Even though, Chair, I won't go deep to the case of Magaqa, but I can just give you...
What's your take on this one, people? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more news.